Have you heard of Sigand Apuoyo Nyang? Long time ago, in a village so far from Kapango, Kanyamwa, Pinymeche Apar, there lived two families that were very good friends. Joka Nyang gi Joka Apuoyo. The clan of Nyang and the clan of Apuoyo. Nyang is crocodile, Apuoyo is hare. Piny is a geographical location. Kapango means an urban center or a town. Mieche is the plural of mier. Mier means homestead. Mieche mean homesteads. Apar means 10. The family of Nyang lived in the waters of the Great Lake. The family of Apuoyo lived on dry land in the bushes, Ebungu. These two families have a strong heritage and a strong history between them. Their history goes back years, hundreds of years ago. These two families lived together. They did everything together. They went to farm together. They celebrated with each other. In sad moments, they condoled with each other. They even took their children to school. The only thing that these families were not allowed to do, these families were not allowed to intermarry between them. There is a very sad story that there exists between these two families. One day, the great grandfather of Nyang decided to marry the great grand aunt of Apuoyo. It was the best marriage that animals had ever witnessed. This marriage was attended by very many friends. Liech was there. Otenga was there. Joey was there. Ochunlo was there. Oliktiga was there. Onjiri was there. Tuol was there. Kamnie was there. And the event was even attended by Sibur the lion. Do you know who officiated the marriage? The marriage was celebrated by the pastor Ondiek. Back then, Ondiek was a very good friend. This marriage, this wedding was the best. There was food. Alia was there. Ochuri was there. Ringo was there. Bando was there. Nyuka was there. Kongo was there. And every food you can imagine was there. Even Rech volunteered themselves to be cooked just for this wedding. In the evening, when the bride and the groom were now supposed to consummate their marriage, as Apuoyo's great aunt was coming to kiss the lips of the husband, Nyang, Nyang forgot and opened up his mouth and swallowed Apuoyo. Ever since, the great elders of that place refused these two people to intermarry. Otherwise, they were allowed to do anything together. One day, Nyang was celebrating the birthday, the fourth birthday of his youngest daughter, Olepsekwina. Olepsekwina Nyandiko. And Nyang thought, who better to celebrate this special day than my great friend Apuoyo? Remember, Nyang lived in the waters and Apuoyo lived on dry land in the bushes, Ebungu. Nyang composed a very beautiful letter to my dear friend Apuoyo. Osiepna manyangafu, Apuoyo. No sooner had Nyang written this letter and sent it than Apuoyo received it. The letter was sent by the friend. Back then, animals would communicate with each other and they would use the services of birds to send letters. The letter was sent by Oyundi. Oyundi took the oboke and brought it to where Apuoyo was. Apuoyo received the letter and with excitement Apuoyo read it. Osiepna manyangafu Apuoyo. One sad thing with Apuoyo's family is Apuoyo's wife, Atieno, could not go to the lake because Atieno had water phobia. So Atieno requested, Chuora, my husband, please represent the family. Apuoyo set out on a journey. He washed his clothes. He washed and wore his best clothes, and Apuoyo left for the lake. There was a limousine waiting for Apuoyo. Nyang, the backside of Nyang. Apuoyo hopped on his friend and they went into the waters. They went into the waters catching up. Oh, how is family? Oh, have you guys started farming? Oh, what happened? Oh, we had this happened to the family of Otenga. Is Otenga our friend well? Oh, we had this happen. And so they caught up on their journey to Nyang's homestead. It was the best birthday celebration Apuoyo has ever attended because Apuoyo's favorite foods were prepared. They cooked for Apuoyo earlier. They presented for Apuoyo chaadila. They prepared all the foods that Apuoyo wanted. And it was good and they had the best time. Apuoyo carried a gift for Olepsequina Nyandiko and they gave Olepsequina, after Olepsequina had sung the birthday, and they blew the candles and Apuoyo handed the gift. And in the evening, now the two friends were enjoying their time when under the moonlight. And Apuoyo, they had stories until 11. And Nyang prepared a place for Apuoyo to sleep. Nyang prepared a bila for Apuoyo. And Apuoyo went to Abila to sleep. Abila was also the same place that Nyang's wife would hatch the eggs. And there were eggs in the Abila. And they slept. Apuoyo slept. But because Apuoyo was hungry, Apuoyo started to podrok kitanda. Podrok means when you are full but you cannot sleep, you're tossing and twisting and turning. Apuoyo podre. Apuoyo cannot sleep. Why? Because Apuoyo is full. Apuoyo would podrok. Apuoyo would throw one of his legs and he stepped on something that was round, circular. Remember about this time, it's around midnight there. And so everyone is asleep. Everyone is asleep. Nyang is asleep in the main house, the main kiru, with his family, the wife and the children. And Apuoyo is asleep in the Abila. And Apuoyo would reach, and Apuoyo asked himself, what? Angoma nyono ni. And he reached over. Remember, there were no lights back then. So he reached over, he got something circular. And he decided to tap his teeth with. He tapped his teeth. And when he tapped his teeth, it cracked. And when it cracked, it spilled to Apuoyo's mouth. And Apuoyo licked. And it was sweet. It was the first time Apuoyo had ever tasted Nyang's eggs. The best thing Apuoyo had ever tasted was Nyang's eggs, and he tasted. And Apuoyo asked, "Hey, Nyang osiepna, how could you not prepare for me such a wonderful meal?" And Apuoyo ate. Apuoyo could not resist himself from singing. So Apuoyo started singing. But remember, it's very quiet outside. So Apuoyo does not want to wake people who are sleeping, the family of Nyang, who are sleeping in the Kiru. Apuoyo could not resist the happiness and the joy. So Apuoyo decided to sing. Tongo nyango mera, tongo nyango mera, maloyo tongi mit, agoni pupta monyo. Hey! Apuoyo said, "Hey, let me sleep. Tomorrow in the morning, I will ask Nyang, why did you not prepare for me that tongue?" Apuoyo tried to sleep. Have you ever tried to sleep, but something you've tasted dried sleep from your eyes? Something you tasted removed sleep from your eyes. That was the situation Apuoyo found himself in. Apuoyo tried to sleep. Apuoyo poured rekitanda. There was no sleep. So Apuoyo decided to reach over again just for one more. Have you ever been in that situation whereby you are trying to eat something? You know what you're doing is wrong. You know what you're doing is very wrong, but you just want to do it again. So Apuoyo reached over and Apuoyo licked. It was the best. Apuoyo could not resist. Apuoyo started singing. Tongo nyango mera, mano yo tom gimit, agoni pupta monyo. Before Apuoyo realized, Apuoyo had eaten 6 eggs. About this time, it is 2 a.m. going to 3 a.m. And their friend, Gweno, is about to cook. Thuon was about to cook. Because Nyang had Thuon was about to cook at 3 a.m. Apuoyo realized he had eaten all the eggs. Mayo. Maka mabrongise Nyang osiepna nango. What will I tell Nyang happened to his eggs? Apuoyo wondered. And then Apuoyo came up with something in the morning that I will run in the morning as soon as our friend Gwenos has cooked. As soon as Thuon has cooked, Abiro Ringo, I will run, because if Nyang meets me, Nyang is going to kill me. Apuoyo thought, this time there is no sleep in his eyes, not because of sweetness, but there is no sleep in his eyes, fearing what Nyang will do. What Nyang will do. Apuoyo sat. Gweno cooked. And then it's now 4 a.m. And Apuoyo would devise a story. And when Nyang came in the morning at 7 a.m., Apuoyo ran to Kiru, and Apuoyo told Nyang, Nyang osiepna. He knocked the door. Nyang osiepna. Omera Nyang. Hey! Apuoyo, Nyang was like, hey, what is wrong? So Nyang came, opened the door, and asked Apuoyo osiepna, angoma rach. What am I nindo otka? Angoma rach. We are trying to sleep with my family, Apuoyo. You know, yesterday we slept late. We are trying to sleep. And then Apuoyo came up with the story. Nyang, I have just remembered yesterday I bought 4 bulls. And today we were supposed to go Lokodi. Today, my wife and I were supposed to go Lokodhi ekawachak pur. Because that was a cultural thing between in the land of Kanyamwam, Pinye Chapar. Of course, Nyang asked, Apuoyo, are you not going to have your favorite breakfast? We are fixing your favorite porridge. Your favorite porridge. Apuoyo insisted, no, Nyang. Nyang. Nyang consented. And Apuoyo feared, had Nyang gone to his Abila, Nyang would be terrific. Nyang would be annoyed because Nyang would not find 6 of his eggs that Apuoyo had eaten. So Apuoyo hopped on the limousine and they went. And they had stories, and Apuoyo is afraid. Apuoyo does not want to talk much. Apuoyo is actually just praying, oh God, oh Were, oh Nyasai, where Chopi. What? Just let me. Have you ever been in situations whereby you are just saying, God, if you get me out of this, I'm not going back. If you get me out of this situation, I promise I'm not going back. If you get me out of this, have you ever found yourself in such situations whereby you're praying, if you get me out of this, I swear I'm not going back. If you get me out of this. That was the entire drive. That was the feeling Apuoyo was going through the entire way. They finally reached the shore. Apuoyo jumped over, said, Nyangero Kamano, thank you very much. We are there poor, we are there Golkodi. Let me go and start taking the cows that I had bought, the bulls that I bought. Let me take them to the farm. And Nyang went back. Can you imagine when Nyang reached his homestead? What Mrs. Nyang told Nyang at the Rangach. Mrs. Nyang came, ne athi toko tong, tokayudo tong mana toko ka. Apuoyo osiepni has eaten our eggs. Your friend Apuoyo has eaten our eggs. Nyang could not believe it. He clenched his jaw until his teeth did like this. He clenched his jaw in anger. He went back, but he did not find Apuoyo. Ever since, wherever Nyang meets Apuoyo, Nyang must kill Apuoyo. And ever since, wherever Apuoyo sees his friend Nyang coming, Apuoyo must run. Tiendagi manita chama tuoni. That is how fast Apuoyo runs every time he sees his friend Nyang approaching. The moral of the story: friendship is everything. But everyone must restrain themselves from doing certain works that might put you in enmity with your great friends. Can you imagine? Nowadays, Apuoyo took his children from the same school that their children were going. Apuoyo, when they have, when they are celebrating, no one comes because they are now enemies. The moral of that story: never do anything that will cross the path of Osiepni, the path of a friend. Because a friend can also turn into an enemy, and a friend might want to destroy you. Mano esigand Apuoyo Ginyang. Dhoudi Sigana Fridays.